You might not realize it, but Battlefront has some very cursed glitches. From Palpatine with no hood, to cherry pies on Endor, to whatever this nightmare fuel is, here are the 20 most cursed Battlefront 2 glitches. And hidden throughout this video are 5 frames of Darth Jar Jar hidden in the background. Whoever lists the 5 timestamps first will get pinned to the top of the comments. Glitch number 20 is this cursed Nikto rebel on the loading screen. Like I said before, complete nightmare fuel. But not all of our glitches today are terrifying. Some are actually really funny, like this recurring one where Darth Maul can be played by 2 different people in Heroes vs Villains. I know I have definitely seen this before while playing, and that's coming from someone whose highest Battlefront character is a level 150 heavy, so clearly I'm an expert.
How could you even say that?
But some glitches aren't funny or scary, some just suck. Take this loading screen glitch for example, where the whole menu is completely fried. As you can see, not only the text but even the star cards themselves are impossible to see. Thankfully, there is a solution to this, which involves reinstalling or verifying the files and also changing from DirectX 12 to DirectX 11, because I'm gonna act like I know what any of that means. However, our next glitch, which is more of a cheat code than anything, actually helps players out in Ewok Hunt. You see, scattered around the map of Endor are 5 different pies that will open up a secret bunker after destroying them. Inside is a control panel that plays the Star Wars theme. Credit to Hero of Sinnoh for this find, and actually his whole channel is dedicated to hidden details like this in games, so if this type of content interests you, then definitely check out his channel. Going over to the classic Battlefront games, there are actually multiple places in the Endor and Hoth maps where you can glitch through the walls, but you may want to think twice before doing this. That's right, if you go into the bunker's reactor area, then you will die instantly. But as Obi-Wan said in A New Hope,
"If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine."
This line goes along with the despawn glitch, where in the middle of duels, a player can lose connection and get kicked out of a game while in the middle of a match. This is best shown by Obi-Wan's fight with Darth Vader here, which mirrors his death in A New Hope. And let me know in the comments if my next video in the 20 Craziest Facts series should be A New Hope or the Clone Wars Season 2. Speaking of the Clone Wars, what do you think should happen when getting stomped on by an AT-TE? Well, if your answer was getting thrown hundreds of feet into the air, then good job, because that's our next glitch. And this doesn't just apply to AT-TEs, but also force pushes, especially from characters like Anakin, which can send you flying back looking like you were made out of jelly. One subvariant of this is some very funny death poses that are sometimes discovered in this game. However, this is more common in Battlefront 2015. Usually you will find someone sandwiched into the corner of a room after an especially deadly force push. And by the way, I just installed the 2015 game for the first time, so definitely let me know if it is worth playing or not. I've heard great things about it, to be honest. But one thing that the first game doesn't have over the sequel is the Clone Wars era maps like this Venator, where it has been discovered on Reddit that you can get trapped in the pipes above the map if force pushed by Darth Maul. This gives you 2 options: quit the game, or shoot people from above and stack up kills without dying. This would get pretty boring though. And in case you didn't know, it's actually National Darth Jar Jar Appreciation Week, because I want it to be, so make sure to show your support of Darth Jar Jar. But for our next glitch, many Battlefront players watching can remember times they were frozen in place due to bad internet. While frustrating for you, to other people this is hilarious and can even produce moments like this one here of Palpatine floating above the map. If you thought AT-TEs are done for this video, you are wrong. In this clip, we can see an AT-TE landing on top of an AAT, making them both useless. Also, I love how I've gone my whole life saying ATST, AT-AT, AAT, ATRT, and more without knowing what they stand for. Apparently, it's All-Terrain Armored Transport, All-Terrain Scout Transport, All-Terrain Tactical Enforcer, All-Terrain Recon Transport, and Armored Assault Tank. But if you've ever wondered why Force users don't just completely wreck General Grievous when fighting him, then here's the glitch you've been waiting for.
Another happy landing.
And looking to Galactic Assault, generally speaking, the only starfighters and speeders that are supposed to kill you in this game mode is by firing on you, but in this clip, we can see that a snow speeder shot out of the air crushes this snow trooper here, taking him out of the game. Disclaimer, some of these picks don't technically count as glitches, but I ran out of time and budget and care for this video, so be quiet. That was my best impression of the Clone Wars narrator, by the way, but what if I told you that not only ships, but also thermal detonators can glitch in the map, which leads to moments like this one blowing up in the player's face?
Pretty cool, right?
This is the first of 2 hero skin glitches we'll be looking at, where we see a version of Darth Vader who lost all of his aura. But one of my personal favorites, the fall glitch, as I like to call it, happens when falling in open maps where you can easily get caught on parts of the map on the way down. But what would be Battlefront glitches without looking at the most shocking one, that being the OG Anakin, who is completely overpowered and definitely deserves a spot in the top 3 of this video. Sometimes his retribution ability allowed Anakin to literally kill everyone around him in seconds. But in case you are new to this channel, this is the segment where I give some self-improvement advice, and if you want to get back to the main video, then you can skip to this time right here. Now, I don't actually have any biblical scripture for today, but I did want to mention a channel that I have found very useful recently, and very interesting as well, and that is Charisma on Command. I'll leave a link in the description, and for me personally, I have found this very helpful because, you know, I'm someone that has struggled with social anxiety and sort of social awkwardness for basically my whole life, and many of you can relate to that as well. And having charisma is obviously an extremely important thing for building relationships, friendships, and just networking and all these other important facets of life. So personally, I have found this channel extremely helpful, and I really think it is helping me to better myself and improve my life overall. So I definitely want to recommend it to any of you who have been struggling with any sort of social anxiety or feelings like you're not quite in the best state socially at the moment, whether that be friends, relationships, whatever. So yeah, great channel, would definitely recommend it. And yeah, getting back to the video, this is just a quick reminder that you can like the video if you enjoyed it, because it does actually push this out to more fans like you. But as always, I appreciate the support, and let's get back to it. Going over to the Battlefront 2 campaign, during this mission from the story mode called Dauntless, you can actually start flying through a combination of glitches. This not only lets you float through the map, but also allows access to the outside of this Mon Calamari ship, giving you a tour of the entire map outside. I guess Iden Versio was a big fan of Princess Leia's maneuver from The Last Jedi. But if you like the Capeless Vader from before, then you also may enjoy this version of Palpatine, where he has no hood whatsoever. But if you want to see 20 glitches from the movies themselves, starting with a face behind Anakin on Mustafar, then click this video right here.